Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time you are coming across this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we drop content. On this channel, we drop meaningful and educational contents back to back. And to my returning subscribers, I want to say a big thanks to you. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your trust. Without wasting more time, let's dive into today's content. In the heart of the great Kingdom of Kongo, the death of King Nzinga, a Congo cast a heavy shadow across the land. His enemies rejoiced, and the royal palace, once filled with music and light, became a place of silence, whispers, and fear. But not all was lost. For in the deep forests beyond the capital, hidden from the eyes of traitors and thieves, a boy was growing, not in gold or glory, but in silence and strength. His name was Nzinga a Mvemba, son of the late king, born of a mother the court refused to honor, but beloved by the people and protected by the Queen Mother herself. The Queen Mother, wise and unshaken by fear, fled the palace with her grandson on the night of the king's death. Loyal guards carried them through secret paths over rivers and beneath the gaze of stars until they reached a quiet village nestled between mountains, where the trees grew thick and the people still whispered the old songs of the kingdom. There the boy was raised not as a prince, but as one of them. He fetched water from the river, herded goats, and listened to the stories of his ancestors. But each day he trained, not just with wooden spears and blades, but with patience, with discipline, and with the memory of his father as final words. This child is my heir. Years passed. Nzinga became tall and strong, his eyes sharp like a hawk's, and his heart heavy with the silence of his stolen crown. The Queen Mother watched him grow and waited for the moment when the winds would change. One evening, just before the sun dipped below the horizon, a traveler arrived at the hidden village. He was tired, bloodied, and thin with hunger. The villagers took him in, and by the fire that night, he told a story that shook the bones of everyone present. He spoke of how the kingdom had changed. The king's advisors, the very men who betrayed Nzinga as father, had divided the land among themselves. They taxed the people cruelly, burned villages that refused to obey, and declared themselves rulers over a kingdom built by stolen blood. But what struck Nzinga most was what the traveler said next. They say the rightful heir is dead, he said, but some believe he lives, a child hidden in the shadows, a lion cub waiting to roar. Nzinga looked to his grandmother. She gave no words, only a silent nod. That night, Nzinga stood before the elders of the village. He held the wooden pendant once worn by his father and declared with the fire of destiny in his voice, "If the kingdom still remembers me, then I will remind them who I am." And so the prince left the forest. He did not ride on horseback. He walked, barefoot and humble, to the forgotten corners of the kingdom, to the farmers, the blacksmiths, the fishermen. He asked for no crown, no throne, and no riches, only their stories and their hope. When bandits struck the weak, he drove them away. When the corrupt tax collectors arrived, he burned their ledgers and freed the prisoners. And when people asked his name, he would simply say, "I am the son of Kongo." The whispers began to spread like wildfire. The prince lives. Mvemba walks among us. He has returned. But far away in the royal city, one of the traitor advisors, now calling himself the regent, heard the rumors too. At first he laughed, then he listened. Then he ordered death. "Bring me the boy's head," he said, "or burn every village until the whispers stop." But the whispers did not stop, for the boy who once hid in the forest now walked as a lion in the open, and his journey had just begun. Join us in the next episode as the young prince begins his silent war to take back his father Aya's throne and restore glory to the Kingdom of Kongo. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Afrotales TV.